and Roto.
These Atlanteans were savvy ancient mappers whose leader, the legendary Atlas, has always been associated with sophisticated mapping. Atlas and his fleets were well known in the ancient world as successful navigators and mappers of vast expanses of oceans and their coastlines for trade and military conquest. They used a little-known ancient method with which they could sail away and successfully find their way back to their base ports, presumably in the Gibraltar area near the Atlas Mountains of Morocco and the rich mining districts of southern Spain.
You go to Egypt and you go to the so-called Solar Boat Museum. Here's a boat built for Khufu, supposedly builder of the Great Pyramid, 2500 BC. It's as advanced as anything up to and maybe even including the clipper ships. This boat could go anywhere, and if people had knowledge of the stars, and it is now becoming quite clear that they did have knowledge of the stars. So if they knew navigation, in a boat of this sort, you could get anywhere, America, Australia, any place.
The earliest ocean-going ships, such as Khufu's ship, were built in this time frame when Old Kingdom Egypt began to flourish, around 2500 BC. The Phoenicians of Canaan, world-renowned navigators, were also beginning to build their ships at this time. Even the ancient Greeks began to build huge trireme ships mentioned by Plato in his epic account of the warfare between the Atlanteans and the Greeks, the dominant maritime empires at this time. These ancient shipbuilding civilizations are now considered to have easily been able to navigate and exploit the lands on both sides of the Atlantic, with guidance from Atlas's mapping method.
According to the ancient Aztec legends, the original homeland of the Aztecs was a mysterious and lost land called Atlan. And the word Atlan is, in fact, part of the word Atlantis. So the idea, too, that the Aztecs' mysterious homeland that they left was somehow in Spain, off the coast of Spain, perhaps even the Basque areas of Spain, I think is a theory that deserves some thinking about.
Whenever the archaeologists get to work digging up ancient ruins, it's very often that something, for example, the Mayan temples, as they keep digging, they find that, okay, the current temples are built, let's say, 800, 900 AD, but they dig down deeper and deeper, and they're finding things 2,000, 3,000 BC.
You know they jacked with our timeline,
Most ancient structures of Central America, from the ancient Olmecs and the pre-Mayans, are from around 2,000 to 3,000 BC. Megalithic Cyclopean structures. The Dutch in that area of Western Europe call a submerged lost civilization in their lore Atlant. So we see this term ATL, Atlantic, Atlan, from the Mayans all the way across to Europe. So it seems to be a common seafaring culture at around 2000 BC.
Yes, this is a very interesting point, is the references that we find from Central America to a place called Atlan, which seemed to be the home civilization from which the later historical civilization of Central America sprang. It's impossible to resist